Welcome to part 2 of the How to Get Strong Early videos. In this video we are covering Liurnia, Altus and Volcano Manor. We will use Liurnia to get upgrades for our Uchigatana, Altus for some golden seeds, and Volcano Manor to get the final Somber Stones, which are 5, 6 and 7. There are 2 different ways to get the 7, and I will be covering both. So let's start. Our first goal is to get to Liurnia. For that, we are starting at the Stormhill Shack and use the hidden way next to Stormvale Castle to get around it. Once in Liurnia, turn left for the church and pick up the sacred tear. Leave the church and follow the path downwards until you reach the merchant. From there, right down the path on the left to pick up the map. For that, bait out the enemies, otherwise you can easily die. Keep on riding until you reach a grace with a cookbook. There is a smithing 3 on the side. Keep riding in the same direction and eventually you get to another building where you can find some tools. Next stop is the Academy Gate town northeast. For a golden seed, more stones, and the Liurnia Gate Grace. Activate it and keep riding. If you are dying a lot on this jump, try to get a little lower on the ramp. Start looting the graveyard and be careful of the flowers and head to the next building for more stones. Far away in southwest direction, you can orientate yourself to the Erdtree in the back, are more smithing stones. To save some runes, you can loot more stones in the forest east to the academy. After looting these stones, we are heading to our good friend EG. If you want, you can also activate the second grace a bit south from here and then go to EG. Port back to the academy and enter it. Activate the grace and get yourself a golden seed before entering the sigil. We are now heading towards Altus and make use of our 2 Dectus halves to activate the lift. Here I usually hug the left side to not get hit. Once in Altus, just follow where I'm going for some more golden seeds, map parts and the smithing stone bell bearing 2 for unlimited supply smithing stones 3 and 4 at the round table. When looted everything, head back to round table, donate all the bell bearings and start buying lilies, cracked pots, the crafting kit and the missing smithing stones. You want 12 of every stone. Upgrade your Uchigatana to plus 12 and craft blood grease and sleep pots. You need them to make Godskin Noble much easier. Make sure you spend all your runes now, because in the next step you will die and probably would lose them. Also don't forget to level up your flask and mix your physic with the cracked tier and the strength tier. Head back to Liurnia. And once you open the door, immediately head right and run around to loot a Somber 3. Keep running until you reach the lift. Take the lift upwards and activate the grace. Now go back to the lift and write it down. The big enemy needs to grab you and you have to die inside in order to spawn you in Volcano Manor. Welcome to beautiful Volcano Manor. Here you can jump down and roll out. Keep running until you're safe to drink. Jump over the roofs to get a Zombie 6. Run back up and take the lift. Always block in the lift because you can be attacked. At the top you can find yourself a Zombie 5. As I was saying earlier, there are two methods to get the Zombie 7. For now I show you the first method by killing the Godskin Noble. First with a bad fight and then with an optimal fight. For the fight to be as easy, just make him sleep and immediately attack him with 5 light attacks while he falls asleep. Follow it up with a heavy attack and an unsheesh heavy to stagger him. Repost him and make him sleep again. Do the same rotation until he's dead. After you succeeded, sit down and spend your runes, then follow my lead. you don't know the correct way, you should stop here for a second and watch it, because you shouldn't get baited by that useless item like I did. Once you've looted the Somber 7, we are done here. Use the aggro and TP to EG to buy the Somber 2 and 4. Now we have all the Somber stones needed to acquire a Somber 9 weapon. If you don't want to fight the Godskin Noble, there is another way you can try out, but for me it didn't work. I'll link you a video where it worked in patch 1.10.1, the actual patch. For the second method, you also go to Volcano Manor and loot the Somber 5 and 6. Then you have to jump down to die. When you respawn, you need to follow my way because you haven't sit on a grace yet, so you can't TP out. Once you are out, TP to the grace before EG, then head straight south and reach the top of the huge mountain. Loot the chest and rest at the grace. Now go to the lowest of the 3 tower and activate the portal. Now we are trying to do a wrong warp to the correct Azula. For that, TP to Castle Ward Tunnel. You probably have to get that grace first. Just TP to Stormhill Shack and go in the direction of Margit. When you TP to Castle Ward Tunnel, you enter a loading screen. You have to force stop your game nearly at the end of the loading screen in order to make it work. This trick should work on all platforms, but if your PC is too fast, you might not get the chance to force stop correctly. Check out the link in the description to see how it works correctly. Once you are in the correct spot, follow my way. Wait till the enemy cross the fire, then crouch walk down and directly crouch again. Here I got lucky. Most of the time he sees you, so just run for the grace. Then keep on following me. You will find Somber 7, bell bearing for unlimited Somber 7 and 8, and a Somber 9, and some runes. After you got everything, head back to EG, buy the rest of the Somber stones you are missing, and you have all the 9 too. All that is missing is a Somber weapon now. For me, I wanted to play the Grafted Blade Greatsword from Liurnia Misbegotten. So I did this too and upgraded it to +9. That's it for the how to get strong part. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe.